Hey, welcome everybody to Battle Pirates Crib, Bounty 23, FMpalooza, and maybe if we stay up long enough, we'll get the CM Diary. Um, it's just there's a
That
lot of
says it all right there.
yeah, it's we'll talk about as we go through. Bounty 23, they've seemed to have changed the rules a little bit, as they did with the FM. Um, and we'll get into it. Yeah, don't be surprised if you see lurkers and 5 gorgons in the Kixeye bounty bases. And don't be surprised if you need to hit 420 120s to get the new stuff in the FM. I was waiting for these two things to combine and see how it worked out for them. And I'm more curious with next week if they don't make any adjustments. So let me go ahead and introduce everybody from top to bottom. Lady Cat.
Hello.
Magic Mike.
Heidi ho, everybody.
Aussie.
Good morning, everybody.
And Jeff.
Hello there.
So let's go ahead and start with the first slide. I don't know. The only person that knows about this in the entire game is Lady Cat. Did you run into this issue?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. Let's move on then. All right. We have our skirmish calendar. We assume we are in August Bounty. We assume next week is going to be Pillage. One click. Next Pillage will feature Garrison and Assault targets. So, as we sort of suspected, we never suspected that Garrison was going to make its way in, but we thought Assault was going to find its way in there earlier. But it will be fascinating, I think, once we get the combination of the extreme resource asked by Kixeye on the FM, combined with the having to use our garrison fleets, which we also use in our FM, to complete pillage. Right now in Bounty, we're not asked to use those fleets, but
and we have 2 repair queues if we need it.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, Lego. Yeah. And Lego, I'm still after. I've been quiet room for 8 days, I think, at this point. So yeah, they're rude over there.
Yes, they are rude, Lego. Thank you.
So, which reminds me, I sent you an invite, Lego. I've started up my own Discord just to get rid of all the trash. So I sent you an invite. It should be showing up. It should be on your Facebook. So, any thoughts on this whole combination?
I can't do bounty and pillage at the same time. I mean, FM and pillage at the same time. Not going to happen. I can't. I may have full fleets. I may be able to get my Praetorians finally done if I start using the tokens this week to get them done instead of using them on my Dragoons. However, from what I understand, nobody's doing the 131s with little to no damage, which, they hit a couple targets, repair all day, hit a couple targets, repair all night. How am I going to use that fleet with pillage too, unless I start coining repairs? And I don't want to coin repairs just to get started.
Well, the thing that I did, and I talked to you about this, I think starting over a month ago, is I used all of the free upgrade tokens and free build tokens to make a super version of my Inferno Dragons and my my Mana Cores, so that I could compete at the lower level while I could still use my upper level stuff for other things. I'm not sure this is going to work out, and I didn't know what was going to happen with the FM, but I just felt it was sort of guarding against potential problems in the future.
Right. And yes, you've talked to me about it, but I was too busy upgrading a suppressor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder they were so mean to you.
No wonder.
Yes. So anybody else have anything on this, or should we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Said it all.
Alrighty. Okay. There are 4 TLCs this week. Siege Spin is the only one we're going to talk about in detail. It just started. I haven't had a chance to do it. I'm assuming you can do it with your Silverfish. Has anybody started it yet?
Yes, I have done 2 prize packs.
Okay. And how is that going?
Just like you said, the silverfish are doing fantastic.
Okay. So this is interesting because I assume next week in Pillage we're gonna get the Iron Claw Dragoon, and they provided us 120,000 of VXP if you collect all these tokens. The flagship for the Silverfish was 125,000. It'd be nice if they added a little adjustment because how difficult it is to rank stuff up. But that's one side of it. I put those all in orange. And then in red, I wanted to show you that you can earn up to 6 one-day Tier 8 Siege build tokens, which we know work on your Dragoons. I'm not sure if they work on your Iron Claw. They should in theory. But the big issue is to watch out for this is you have a limit of 5 of these tokens that you can hold, and they're giving you 6. And also a month or so back, I recommend there was a 199 gold deal that gave you 20 of these. Yeah, if you run through all this, you need to spend them down to basically 0 and then spend 1 more. So even if you purchase them at that point, and so I'm going to give up on any purchasing advice. Just because it seems like every time I do, they do something to just bug me. Because I'm personally saving those up for the Iron Claw, so I can get that done and taken care of. So,
Yeah,
You're talking about siege specific, right?
Tier 8 Siege specific.
Ah.
Are you watching the slides?
I'm looking at the slide, right now.
Okay, I see the red one.
I see it. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
They should separate anything you purchase from anything in the game so they never overlap. It's caused so many problems.
Yeah, it has. So, I don't know. And you're just able to. Are you just autoing with Silverfish, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
I have twice I had to go back in for 20 seconds.
Okay, so you're repairing in base on each level. So
Repairing on a map, except for twice I had to go into the base.
Okay. So it seems like
I'm
fairly easy TLC.
Mhm.
Okay.
Want to get it done quick before they change it.
Okay. I don't think they're going to change it.
I don't think they will.
This is the same one that we were doing with the Breachers, right?
Yeah, I don't think they will. I'm just referencing the bounty.
Okay. Alrighty. So this doesn't seem like it takes that much time out of your day. Just a matter of pushing the button every once in a while, and doesn't incur a lot of repairs. So it seems like it's worth it, especially with the potential for the Iron Claw Dragoon to come out in the pillage next week, and God knows what else is going to come out in there. Who knows if we're going to get some special that we're going to have to refit our ships again. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jeff, you've been quiet. 2
Yeah.
weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. What's going on here?
Well, not much to add. You guys are doing well.
Alrighty. Okay. If nobody has anything else on this one, let's move on to the next one. All right. This is a reminder for everybody. I brought it up a month ago. There are 3 different things in your retrofit lab to upgrade for the upcoming raid. Your Tier 8 siege weapons, which adds every level adds 1% damage to all the cannons, including the Tyrant Siege, which is the limited weapon, which is the best one to be using, and the Henchman, which weighs more, does a little less damage, that we got in the last raid. And then the Tier 8 siege fortifications, we have the ballistic battery, which I'm hoping everybody's putting on their ship, and this increases building and wall damage. As you can see, this is my base, so you can see I'm still working on them, but I'm pretty close to getting them done. So all those will go up to plus 10. And then Tier 8 Siege Tactical. 2 interesting ones here are both high velocity rounds and welded barrel system. I think both probably should be on your builds. And they're going to add 10% to critical damage and projectile speed. Radioactive reload is not really in play at this point. So, yeah, well, okay, well, Ben is making a request, just to store that up, Jeff. Ben's making a request that you hit a target at some point in the show. He seems to enjoy it quite a bit. So, just keep that in mind. Keep that in your back pocket as far as.
Okay, I got the game loaded and ready to entertain.
So, has everybody been keeping up with this? I know that Lady Cat and Mike had done it before without even realizing.
Yeah, it's all done for me.
Yeah, what was coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, mine weren't. Only, yeah.
So you're working on it now, or?
Yeah, I'm working on it now. I was doing the tactical, the siege tactical one, but I think that's close. But the other one's pretty low.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and now we got a choice as far as what is Jeff going to hit. The a kick space, I think, or well, we've already had him hit a 135.
Should we ask him first if he's doing bounty or not? Not
I started bounty.
Okay. All right. Okay. So any thoughts on this one? Besides,
You realize, of course, you've seen me drive before, and base hitting is about my worst. So
people still want to see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If it looks bad, get out or you retreat.
No, it's all right. It's just it's. I just have to swallow my pride.
And Mickey, the kick spaces are nasty, and they're mainly nasty because they've added in
Guard fleets.
Or guard fleets. So yeah, and they still have the same rules for bounty.
100% it.
Yeah, you have to 100% it, as opposed to if it was a real base, it would be 50%. I would propose 50% damage and the outpost, and then. But we'll get into that because I think our buddy Aussie has already had some experience on that. But let's move on to the next slide. All right. This is the Dragoon. Click it once.
I just started bounty and I'm already being hit. Ugh.
Okay. I wanted to show you some of the differences as far as, not doing the F. Some people are not doing the FM. We don't know really how well survival is actually working. But the main point of this actual table is to show you that if you're getting the FM armors, using a special slot for CL4 is pretty much useless. A blank ship has 3,200 survival versus both radioactive and ballistic. Then if you take a look at the up to special abilities, you'll see that you have a light armor division where each ship is adding 3,200. So you go from 3,200 survival with one ship by itself up to 19,200 with 5 ships. So you go from you have a 500% increase in the amount of survival you get. If survival works at all, or works any way that we think it should work, which doesn't appear that it is. And then you add on 2 of the isotope armors. One of them is for ballistic, one is for radioactive. So I'm only adding 2 because I'm only dealing with half of the equation. I'm only dealing with either ballistic or radioactive. You can only guess at home which one I'm talking about. But you'll see that the 2 isotope armors add 52% up and above the 5 blank ships. And then adding CL4, which is defensive special that everybody would assume would be, not at first glance, but it's just like, oh, we need to put the defensive special on there. It only adds 5%, which I don't think is 5% survival, which I consider pretty much useless. So I would recommend putting on another special that most likely does additional damage or additional critical chance and critical damage. As you'll see that the fast feed and the welded both stack, and that would be a much better decision than adding the CL4 on. And down below, I've the older armors, the F1CR, the folded ferrite. You can see the difference as far as the percent armor increase is 456% with the 2 isotope armors, not even including the additional armor, pure armor that you're getting, versus 345. So there is a big advantage of having those armors on there. And so, but in either case, CL4 does not make a lot of sense for the players. One more click. Okay, I've replaced CL4 with going to U3. And U3, if you have a blank, as you go through the steps, a blank ship, and you have 5 blank ships with the light armor division, adds 500,000 or 500,000% or 500%, and then 2 isotope armors, 52%, and then U3 adds another 32% on top of the other ones. These are each one's a little jump to the next one, not back to the beginning. U3 is pretty significant as well. So I don't know. What's everybody think about their what they're doing with their Dragoons?
No, mine aren't finished. But U3, yeah, it looks like it's going to be worth it to go to U3.
Yeah. But it'll be a party like 1999 type of deal.
Yeah, which I can't do. So.
Yeah.
I'm just going with the must-haves right now. Just to get them there.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're already at U1, so hopefully.
Well, there was a Discord conversation that said nobody needs armor on the first raid anyway.
Well, you can't believe everything you read on the internet. So
I know.
I'll just leave it at that.
No, I agree. If you can do it, do it.
Yep. So, okay. Alrighty. And as far as anybody, I'm planning to go with my build is going to, I'm planning to have a countermeasure ship, and then I'm going pure tyrants with the rest of it, and high damage as far as my specials.
What will you countermeasure against? The UAVs?
Yes.
So which one did you choose? Gales or?
Yeah, I'm going Gales with the hydro nozzle as the special.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many we need. Right now I have 3, and that's more of a function of how many of the tyrants I have.
I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
Okay.
It's hard to know because there's a lot of them. But I put the wrong special, or the wrong countermeasure, so I got to swap that out to find it.
But you always started with sprints, right?
Yeah, I didn't learn my lesson.
The reason I originally went with sprints because of the low build time and the fact that you don't need a countermeasure special. And I just did that for VXP weekend. But like we talked about before, they refire, and then if you, at least my build, I think I have 200 and something as far as projectile speed.
Yeah, you might want to explain that to everybody. Like you explained it well yesterday, but why that countermeasure is better than the sprint, because it was good to know that. You might want to explain that again.
The phalanxes, anything that's primarily missile, phalanxes, missile defense system, sprints, tridents, they when they fire an incoming projectile, they tag it, which means once it's tagged, it's not going to be, the incoming projectile is not going to be fired at again by anything. So, but if something is fired at by a gale, a hailstorm, a hellstorm, they're going to get fired at once, and then if they're missed, if you have sufficient range and projectile speed, they will be fired at again. So therefore, if you have something swarming around your ships, the gales will continue to fire at them, as opposed to the gales and the hails and the hells, depending on what you got, will continue to fire at them. But the phalanx, the missile defense system, the sprints, and the tridents will not.
So it's going to come down to whether they mess with the damage, because right now it didn't look like the bees were doing too much stinging, but they could tune those up, and then we'll be like trying to throw those countermeasures on quick.
Right.
Yeah.
I may just save tokens to do refits if I need them, but go for pure damage and try to kill them fast.
Yeah, I don't have a full set of weapons on my VXV ships, but those turrets were pretty durable. They didn't go down very quick.
Well, I'm the one that built or upgraded a suppressor, so you probably shouldn't listen to my advice. So,
Well, I didn't buy the tokens, so
yeah, I didn't either.
I did that.
Okay.
But I'll do a wait and see probably before I decide on countermeasures.
My guess is that sometime early in the raid, they're going to have, close your ears, Jeff, a cheap U3 upgrade. A
I
reasonable,
don't know about this raid.
reasonable,
I would assume next raid.
a reasonable one.
Yeah, I would assume when it happened, not this first raid, but the next raid is when they have the party like it's 1999 deal going on.
Yeah. Oh, that's what.
Usually in
Okay.
the first one, it's in the second one. And I agree with Lego and I do think the UAVs were sent out there as a message, and because they didn't do, really didn't do any damage.
You think it's a warning?
They were sent, they were sent out.
Warning shot over the bow.
Yes. I think that's what they were sent out there about. So, because otherwise, it appears with speed and range, everything else is avoidable in that VXP target.
So they're trying to get us.
Again,
to take,
the
like,
Jet or is it Aussie?
they're trying to get us to take like minimum damage. They want something to hurt us.
Well, actually, it's not a message. It's they get you to build it another way. They're aiming for making money off refits now. That's obvious. Instead of just repairs, they start out low, and you look at the damage indicator, and you go one way, and then they flip it the other way, just like they did
Right.
with the previous formatted raid, where the damage flipped on us.
And they'll do completely new targets with completely new mechanics for the second raid of the set. So even if it works for this raid, doesn't mean it'll work for the second one.
Okay, Jeff here. You're surprisingly good at being able to type the whole time and talk, but I did isolate who's typing.
He's still typing.
Okay, sorry. That's actually not me, but yeah.
Is somebody next to you?
Yeah. So that's why I just
Okay.
I'm
I'm just saying it was,
Tell her.
yeah. You're a loud typist in that family. So
or a loud keyboard, one or the other.
yeah, let's go on to the next slide, I guess. All right. Once you get to the prizes, you'll see that we have 9 skins that you can buy. Yeah. In the bottom picture, you'll see that they are able to provide 9 skin to the players, but you'll see that the 120 Siege Battleground has the same exact, this is what you're supposed to be doing for VXP. And then you had the Legion Barracks, which were part of the FM. So if you hit with the wrong ship, if you hit one with, let's say you hit the Siege Battleground with your Praetorian, you were going to die. And it's like they gave us 9 different skins for Striders and Corsairs and whatnot, and they can't give us just 2 different looking targets on the map. That part I just didn't understand.
And they can't change the numbers either because there's a 120 FM.
Yeah, I was getting to that one. Yeah. And then to the left, there's the 120 Siege Battleground right on top of the research garrison. One is the VXP target, which will kill the other one, and they're spawning in the same place with the same number. I mean, yeah, can they not use 118? 122 owned by another company and they have to purchase it somewhere on the internet? I just don't understand why they can't use other numbers, use other graphics, because they don't appear to be at they don't have the art team, because the art team created all these other stuff. Why can't we just have things that make sense in the normal part of the game? So
They want to make our brains work. And for some of us, that's a problem.
yeah, well, I was, his last show, it was, Ben accidentally ran into one, and then you ran into one right afterwards. So
Yeah. And you were telling me about it. You were telling me about it.
That was the funny part.
I'm like, that's okay. I see the 120s. They're right here. And I was doing the FM, but I had been doing the 131. I had just tried the 131. So my mind didn't adjust to the different look at the 120. And I threw 3 Praetorians into the wrong 120. Died. Yeah. Slowed down my FM.
Yeah, that would do it. And it, especially the 120 versus 120 thing.
Yeah, they're both 120.
I mean, it doesn't take somebody to design in your artwork. It just takes somebody to put in a different number. So is it intentional or is it incompetence? I don't.
That's the question you're always asking.
Yeah. I'm like, well, which one is it?
Laziness is probably the right answer in this case.
Time constraints. They just didn't have time because they have to rush through all this new stuff.
But it takes too much time to put it in a different number.
It's
They're charging people a lot of money just to okay, 120 is my favorite number. Is it your favorite number? Yes. Let's go with 120. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. We keep on, just putting the same freaking numbers on the target. Yeah.
Agreed.
Just a little deception. That's all.
Again, the question is, are they doing it intentionally or is it laziness, incompetence, Alzheimer's, whatever the reason is for it? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So,
and if we accidentally were to send our fleet into the wrong target, it would be quite embarrassing to send a ticket and have them just laugh at you for sending your fleet into the wrong targets. So,
yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm showing this instead of all the 9 skins that they produce for the bounty, just as just because the way I am. So let's move on, I guess.
As the expression goes, you will only make that mistake once.
No.
Unless you have his eyes
or ears. All right, bounty 23. Let's see what's going on with bounty 23.
I don't know. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, well, let's go to the next slide.
Not gonna do it.
Here's the dates on the left. It started about an hour and a half ago. The store opens 22 and a half hours from now. Ends on Monday. Leaderboard payout, only 1 leaderboard, only individual, no alliance, and the store closes the following day. The Kickside game team bases are available for the first 24 hours of Bounty 23. The lurker stats in the briefing are right. What's in the game is wrong. Kickside replica bases are exact replicas. So they may change as Kix employees play the game. However, normal bounty replicas will not have defenders. This is the interesting part. So the Kix replica bases, some of them have patrols, have ships in them, and they still have the same rules as we've had for bounty before, as far as the NPC targets, where you have to 100% them. I don't know. Austin, do you have any thoughts on this one?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like the idea. It's stupid.
We're a very eloquent bunch today.
That
actually was the best.
I mean, it seems to have reached his family members at that point.
You couldn't state it any better than that right there.
Yeah. He came in with the baby.
It was perfect. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, one of the guys was hitting a 92, he said, and there was no fleet in there. So he hit a couple, and then he went and did another one, and all of a sudden they got Gorgons in there. So yeah, they're changing them as they're going.
Yeah.
Updating them. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned one that was that you had to keep on going into because it had lurkers in it, right?
Well, I had a lurker because none of my ships would kill the damn lurker, so I had to go back in the third time to kill the lurker because that was the only thing left. They had basilisks on a patrol, so they were reasonably hard to kill with basilisks because they were moving, so the mortars weren't dropping on them properly. Got them in the end though, but yeah, it took 3 times to go in there though.
Yeah. Was it worth the time as far as?
Okay. No, it wasn't worth the time. I mean, I got 2,400 for it, but it's not worth the time. So I ain't going to do that again.
Yeah, it's tricky, and
the only reason a lot of us started bounty right away when they had these kicks replica bases that were worth a lot of points is that they were at least doable for little to no coin. So that made us want to start bounty rather than wait and see. Now
that's why I did it.
Yeah, well, should have read the update notes.
No, I've got my 10. I've banked 10. That's it. I'll leave it now.
That's why I'm not starting. I would have started it had it been worthwhile, but it's not worth my while. So that's my opinion.
It gives me some nice base tests. So I don't get hit often enough.
Well, I've got 110 left over, so no one's going to hit me for. Well, no, they get 1,000, don't they? As well.
Yeah, a lot of people hit me.
I'm worth 1,000 points, basically.
Even if I have only a few points, I get hit. So some people just like to hit everything.
Yeah, but they get an extra 1,000 points.
Yeah.
So I'm worth 1,055 points at the moment.
What I don't understand though is I usually leave them with a sliver, or whatever, even if they get in. Like that means they're coining their fleet completely back to hit yet another base to get that 1,000. That's an expensive 1,000.
Well, this is one of the reasons I wouldn't hit bases before, because you'd usually take more damage in a base than you would into replicas. You go and hit 3 lower level replicas to get the same amount of points, or with no damage, right? Then go and hit a base for the same amount of points and get half damage or quarter damage or whatever.
Must club baby seals.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
But then you feel guilty. At least I do.
Nah.
You don't?
Hey, if they're worth like 2,000 or 3,000 points, I don't feel guilty.
Oh.
All right, and then they've also added in shipwrecks and bounty personal. I mean, so they're like, if you hit them, or do they ever say "F you, Aussie"?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, that's the way I've read that one. Well, not Alliance, so I guess it's the point payout is only going to the player that hit it, not the entire Alliance.
Correct.
Okay. Right. Makes more sense. And the prizes associated with the bounty shipwrecks will be bounty points, which makes sense. So, any more on this, or should we go on to some of the prizes? Or
I'm just glad to see the Alliance thing go away.
Yeah.
The Alliance targets. That was such a bad economy.
But they still get the Nexus, right?
Yeah, but they've had that for months. I don't begrudge that to them.
But the Nexus goes to everybody in the Alliance, whether they play or not. So.
But the points are controlled and not as over the top.
That's true. They're not over the top.
Yeah, I'm not happy about being hit by level 60s that have everything.
Yeah.
Well, level 60s can't hit you though.
Well, I exaggerated a little bit for effect. Okay.
Okay, level 80.
Yeah, level 80s, whatever the lowest is.
Yeah, I swear she was 18. Let's move on.
Not again.
I didn't bring.
Are we going back to the pre-show?
No,
Yeah.
no, we're not.
I didn't bring up your precious koalas, so let's move on.
He wants to talk about escalation eruptions.
yeah, there we go.
Oh no.
This is 10,000 points. I've compared it to the existing eruption pyre. You have an increase in projectile speed, explosive reload. Splash remains the same, but you don't get a reduction in explosive damage. So it seems like a good special. It's same weapon power consumed. It seems worth getting.
I would have
You
got
put
this.
it on what?
I would have got this if I was playing bounty.
Yeah, and it's gonna play within weapons that were released in the future or the existing weapons that we already have. But I consider this a good piece to have.
It's a shame that the defensive specials have to be in bounty because the PvE players want the defensive special.
Yeah,
Forces them into bounty, which they don't enjoy.
yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that many times, and I'm.
Yeah. Well,
They
let's
keep
talk about
changing-
many more.
They keep on changing out people, so yeah. I don't know. If you're doing bounty, I would get it. I would. I'm not sure if you want to put it on your Dragon Lord or but it's a good piece to own. So yeah, and should we go to the next one? Xinthium power cells is for UAVs, and I've never seen anybody in chat or on the panel. Anybody see a weapon power consumed like that at all?
Plus 75%.
75%.
Yeah, it almost feels
That's
like
a lot.
Yeah. I'm like, I've never seen anything like it.
Cut and paste wrong?
I mean, it could make complete sense. But I'm a little afraid with the current group of getting things wrong and whatnot. But I don't know. But it is way larger than what we've seen before. Because before a heavy one was like 30%, not 75. So
Solar panels. I have to go back to
solar panels are completely useless at this point. But yeah, no, and there's no. They could be planning future proofing this. I mean, because we don't have a heavy turret UAV, and this sort of makes me think there's going to be a heavy turret UAV coming out some point in the not so distant future. Something to that you need a directional, like what you see with your directional turrets and whatnot. So
That's what I was thinking, because that's pretty heavy.
yeah. She's a little chubby, ain't she? So let's move on unless anybody has anything else on this one.
At least they changed the art on it.
All right, we have we have 2 PvP upgrades that are new, and I've shown what you can earn and the cost below. The Subjugator has a U1. I have no fucking idea what that means. In the U1, gain stacking combat speed and defensive stats on kill. I don't know how long this lasts. I don't know what the stats are, how long it lasts, and it wasn't in the briefing anywhere. Does anybody know any more about this than I do? No.
Obviously not.
Oh, okay.
Silence is deafening.
Does it? Just a question that plus 70% UAV damage. Is that worthwhile? Because I know it didn't do a lot of damage.
It's probably worthwhile. It's just, yeah. I'm sure it's worthwhile but what in the briefing? Why don't they tell us what these things mean? I mean, it's not a strategy game if we have to. It's if it's just purely a guessing game. So I don't know. And I've heard people have been asking the CM about this. I don't know that there's been any answer yet, but sometimes the answers don't come that quickly or ever at all. The other one is the U2 Lurker. In addition to explosive and concussive deflection, torpedo damage, a little marginal 20%, and adds a tactical module slot. I looked through the tactical module slots that would go on there. Did anybody find one that would fit?
I haven't tried it, but
No,
you're talking about like a health
Well,
module.
I mean, one that would make sense. Like, I want to put this on there.
I started boring ones like concussive upgrade and stuff just to add the damage. And there weren't that
No,
many.
I mean like the module slots, like the.
I'm thinking
sorry.
health. Isn't there a health one?
Yeah, but do you want to give health from your lurker, who's not a high health person?
But it might be living longer.
Because but
I don't think so, because it'll drain it too quickly. Because it doesn't have, like you're saying, it hasn't got a lot of health to start with.
Yeah,
I guess
so
you
probably
I
die
guess
real quick.
You could use it as a health battery and hide it somewhere because it's hard to see.
Yeah, but it's a small. It's like you got a AAA running a car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
To be honest, has anybody ever used it effectively? I've never seen it. I had one. I gave up on it. There was better ships to use.
Oh, the lurker in general.
Yeah, I just don't find it a particularly good defender. I mean, I've never had it do much damage when it's sitting there. Even if it pounces on people, it's like, nice.
It doesn't move. Okay, let's get that across the board. It doesn't move, so it can't pounce. This is, let's
okay.
get that. No pouncing lurkers at all, because it doesn't move.
I guess it jumps up. It surfaces or whatever.
After 10 minutes.
No, it doesn't
unless you drop it.
8 minutes. It's got 8 minutes of submerged time. So it doesn't even pop up unless it gets hits with a rocket. And that's not of its own volition. It's just something that's happened to it. It's not something that it wanted to do. So no pounds.
Okay, we're overanalyzing my verb.
If the lurker moves, I think I would like it better.
But has anybody seen it actually be more effective than anything else you can put in your base?
When they first come out, they were all right.
Yeah.
Well, I meant now, even with these upgrades.
No, not now. No.
I don't think anything's going to save it now.
Not now. But like when I put one outside where people were sending the basilisk to sneak and get me, and I would kill it with the lurker because they wouldn't see it. But it doesn't work anymore.
This feels like too little, too late, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which is funny because
they're probably going to come
brand
up.
New.
They're probably coming out with a new tactical module for it then.
But who was it that used to say? I think it was TSM used to say, it's just another tool for the toolbox.
It's just a little rusty, that's all.
Yeah. Did Happy leave us?
Looks like it.
Yeah, he usually mutes when he goes for his beer.
I have lurkers in my base because I don't have anything else. But I have 2 lurkers and 3 gorgons, I think. Or 3 gorgons and 1 lurker and a breacher. Doesn't matter. I get flat easy, so.
Well, I've got my first 10. That's it. I'm not going to do any more until later, probably now. In this stupid bounty.
Yeah, if I started, it'd be the weekend, but I have a storm coming my way, so we'll have to wait and see. If I have power to start it this weekend.
Yeah, I probably won't do any more kickside bases, so I'll just leave it.
Yeah, I would have because they are worth the points, but now I know I can't because I don't have the PvP fleets because I'm not a PvP player. So I'm very disappointed I can't get my defense things that I need for my base that are in here. The Erupts Empire and UAV thing. But hopefully they'll be offered again somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, they will. I'm just doing some FM now.
I'm still struggling with the FM.
Yeah. Might hit some 131s later.
I hear a baby.
Hey?
I heard a baby.
Oh, it's down the other end. Getting changed probably for daycare.
Him complaining bitterly about it.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's being quiet today.
Well, Happy's not here. We could take me off a present and watch Jeff hit a whatever he chooses to. What are you gonna hit, Jeff? Have you decided?
Oh no, I'm gonna let the everybody else decide because I don't really have an idea.
I think only half I can take you off present.
Yeah, only Happy can.
So we're gonna have to fill in the gap for a minute. And I've got to get my fleet together. So I'm hitting. What should I hit with? Do you think?
I don't know what you got.
Mostly dreadnoughts, and a couple in one. What's the other thing called?
Basilisk?
Yeah, Basilisk. But usually I just try and run through with the. They're not U2 or anything, so they're not likely to get through, unfortunately.
Right. Well, you don't have to hit one.
Oh, I'll give it a old college try, as they say.
At least you have 2 repair queues, so that can be repairing while you go back to FM.
Yeah.
Well, I would say then hit the lowest Kixeye replica base that you can find.
Okay.
Even though you can't really go by the numbers. Unless someone's hit the replica bases and know of do you have a suggestion? People in chat.
Regarding what?
Regarding which base he's going to hit as soon as you take me off at present when you come back.
Oh yeah, we forgot what Jeff's gonna do. Oh, I mean, it needs to be one of the
Kixeye replicas.
Kixeye replicas. Aussie's hit several of them. Which one would you recommend to give the players a flavor of what's going on?
No, not a 144.
Any of them, really. They're all pretty shit.
Are these the end of the slides? Okay.
If you want to see it successful, I think I should probably take the lowest one.
No. The lowest one's not worth that many points. So
okay.
What's worth a decent modicum of points, Aussie?
I think 92s upwards. 92. I think it was.
Okay, so if you can find 192 upwards, something that's a decent amount of points, and we'll go from there.
Okay. I'll start to assemble the soon to be at the bottom of the sea ships.
Okay. So.
Happy will put you on present.
Well, he's got a screen share first before I do that. So,
Yeah. See, I'm trying to build a decent fleet. Let me just try it with all dreads.
Okay. Are they some combination of U0 and U2, or what are they?
They're just U0s with one U1.
Okay. All right. Just so people know.
Yeah, it's
this is more of a tour. It's not a how-to video.
That's good.
But it's been a repetitive part of the show.
Actually, it is sort of a how-to. It's how not to do it.
It's become a feature. It's become a show feature.
Okay, I'm just trying to find a good crew.
There's a 92 to the left of our base. Or you in our sector?
I don't think he is.
Oh, well, that's not going to help then, is it?
No. Yeah.
Oh, they're in the locators, right?
No.
Kickside
It's
Replica.
only, no, they're not in there. Just normal replica bases are.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I know. It's a pain in the ass.
Okay. Okay. First things first, I guess. Share my screen.
So it's 8 o'clock.
What was that, Matt? Mike?
I didn't notice I was not on mute. Sorry. I'm
Okay.
trying to calculate something.
Okay.
Why is it not lighting up share? Oh, there we go.
Need to take.
There we go.
There we go.
The programmer gets confused by computers once in a while. Okay. So let's go find something. Oh, I better not hit my insector people. Replica bounty.
Well, except for I think what they said earlier is the kickside bases don't show up there.
No,
Oh,
they don't.
okay. That's annoying.
Yeah,
So
I'll see
we'll
when
just
I go.
scroll around till we find one. What do they look like? Oh, there's one. What number is that? 130. Is that pretty high?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
A little too high, maybe, for my poor dreads. $110. Shall we try the 110?
Yep, go for it.
Sure.
Why not?
It might be blub, 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 but
Yeah. At least people get to see the changes in these targets, because these targets used to be able to accomplish them with one or two basilisk, or you didn't even have a full fleet, and
oh, it's the same as last bounty.
except no.
No, now it's got ships in it though.
Oh yeah, it's the same base design.
Yeah.
And already,
Are there ships?
right
Yeah.
near the island. See,
Okay, see them.
There's 3 gorgons. Is that what I say?
Yeah, so if there's 3 gorgons, there's probably 2 subs in there somewhere. There's one. There's a sub just on the entry, near the entry, south of the entry.
oh yeah, I see it.
So
I
there'll
missed
be
it
another one
completely.
somewhere.
I'm half dead already. Not even halfway in.
See, so if you're going in a base, you can really need a ship that's going to be able to kill the lurkers, because that's what happened with me. I had to take the last one, I had to take a ship in that could kill the lurker.
I thought they promised not to put ships in the bases.
Well, that was the old group. They fired them. Now ships in the basis group,
And I think they have a pride thing going on now. Their bases matter. Kicks bases matter. So
there's the other lurker.
Yeah.
They don't want to look bad by having a bad base.
I'm not even scratching the lurker.
No, because it's submerged and you don't have a...
Ballistics won't hit underwater.
Yeah, if you had a concussive one.
Yep, that was the end of that. Didn't even get into the base.
All right.
Blub, blub, blub.
Thank you, Jeff. I was just,
Well,
I was just trying to show people what was actually, what the changes were in bounty.
And that's going to be the experience of the average PvE player.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the PvP fleets to hit those kinds of bases.
Yeah.
So the first 24 hours is going to mean nothing to them. So they're hopefully, were smart and didn't start bounty yet, and they're trying to get their FM to a point where they can think they can handle it before they start grinding out the replica bases, the other ones. Because that's what a PvE player will do. So now they're grinding bounty and grinding the FM.
I put the link on the right-hand side in case anybody would like to join the show. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the after show. If there's a lot of participation in this one, I'll create a hangout for the after show. But otherwise, just people that want to show up and comment as far as their experiences with what's going on right now, that you'd like to be on the live show. So.
Come on in, tell us your experiences.
Mm-hmm. Tell us dirty little stories from you.
That's for the after show.
Whatever. I thought you said you weren't going to be on the after show.
I'm not going to. So
yeah. So you can hear Magic Mike's stories from his youth. So, those are even better. So.
I heard some of those in the pre-show.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Ossie's still not over them, so Okay. Hey Ben, how are you doing?
Good. How's everyone doing?
Okay. Ossie's showing off the kiddo again. Let's see. Let me. Whoops. Wrong way to do it. And there we go.
Now he's all dressed up for.
Oh my goodness! He's gone away from the suspenders, and now he's got the bow tie and the vest going. It's good luck.
Aww.
Cute kid.
Yeah.
And the vest matches his eyes. It's you did a good job picking that out, Ossie.
Aw, he's adorable. I wanted a puppy or Ken. Now I want one of those. Never mind.
you have to find the right dongle first.
Yeah. So, alrighty. Ben, do you have anything you want to add, or anybody else that wants to join? The link is there. But more people want to join because again, we have. It was funny. Me and Ossie were on the. I think I mentioned this on the Friday show. We were on the StreamYard YouTube town hall that they do every week, and it appears that they're going to. They got a lot of input to expand the number of participants up to 10.
Okay.
And so that'll be good. That'll be closer to Hangouts. And they're, you'd be shocked how young they are, but they appear to be paying attention because, I was asking a lot about the avatars, and a couple of days later we had avatars. So they're not saying there's any reason like I got it done, but they seem to be listening to the community much more than you would think, and it's and more people watch this show live than that show live, which is fascinating because they had like 20 something people watching, and it was but it's I see a lot of things coming out positive with their attitude towards the community, listening to the community and trying to shape a software that's what the participants, what the people creating shows want. So it's quite good, and I have high hopes for the guys at StreamYard.
I watched that.
So.
I think Austin's grandson's older than them guys.
Okay.
I can't hear him. Is that just me?
No, I couldn't hear him either.
I don't know.
Right.
Ben's probably
Ben-
down.
I'm back.
There we go.
Better.
I watched it the other day, and the guys that do it,
Yeah.
I think Aussie's grandson is older than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like they're in their teens,
No, they look like they're in their
young
20s.
20s. Young
Yeah,
20s.
they're mid early 20s, and yeah.
But awesome. They'll make a fortune. And I'm glad we have it.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe the way they would make a fortune is figure out how to sell what they've already done, because what Google did created a vacuum in the market.
Yep.
And so,
Don't tell them that.
no, well, yeah. So I don't know why Google did that as far as getting rid of Hangouts on the air. But does anybody have anything for the after show? Or for the live show? Or I guess we can progress, unless we want to wait out CM Geely as far as her monthly diary. And
No.
I'm sorry.
last one I only took like a sentence out of. So it's
I don't even want to hear about CM Geely and her monthly thing.
Yeah, as well. Yeah. No, but as far as the upcoming calendar and whatnot, I don't know. So I don't know. Does anybody have anything else? Or I guess
Is there anybody?
there in case anybody like to join, I'd like to talk on the live show. You're all welcome to it.
Is anybody in the green room?
Nope. Purgatory.
Purgatory.
And you should actually watch the video. It's hilarious when I'm like, what do we call it? That was the guy without the great hair, or with the crazy hair, what even want to call it. They were beside them, like, this is the best ever. They were quite amused by me asking what we should call it. Should we call it purgatory? Should we call it backstage? Or we should call it the green room? And they were quite tickled, but they call it the studio. So, but I think we've run out of things to talk about. So I'm going to end the live show, and I don't see much reason to have an after show because nobody wants to participate. Oh, let me see. Snoop. Snoop Doggy Dog. Let me make some modifications and get Snoop in there. Hey, Snoop, how are you doing?
This could be bad.
Snoop, how are you?
Oh, it's a pre-warning.
Yeah, this could be bad.
Okay. So what's up? In regards to what's going on with the combination of Bounty and the FM, or just generally what could be bad?
No,
I know you're going to go fishing for a while, but
Or the backs on the live show.
it's not that bad. I've started the FM. I'm trying to do a TLC for some siege build tokens.
Yeah.
I've also started the bounty, and trying to do all three at once at my age just doesn't work. It doesn't happen.
It's
Not
difficult.
well anyway.
It's difficult for anybody. It really is.
unless you're Mike's age,
Well, Mike could be young.
I don't think so.
I'll show you some grey hair.
Well, I think a lot of people have gray hair, but yeah. Well, yeah, sometimes you're lucky to have gray hair at times, right?
Well, yeah, it's better than no hair, I suppose.
Exactly.
You didn't pull all your hair out in this game.
Yeah. What do you think, Snippy? What do you think of the fact that I'm over a week banned in the banned in Discord?
Well, I've asked for it to be 2 weeks, but he's doing okay.
Okay.
God, he looks more like Charlie Brown than Snoopy.
well, he's got his dog going to show up though, right?
Yeah, I've got my dog here. Look. Hang on. He's going to come up.
There we go.
There he is, little old guy. Oh, going back down again. He sat on my knee. Makes it difficult typing and doing all the other driving ships and stuff, but yeah, that's where he likes to live.
Yeah. And Ligo?
The bad thing I'm going to tell you now, right? I bought 2 of the new armors last week, or bought all the armors last week.
Yeah.
In the FM. I
Okay.
had them on one of my ships for the FM fleet. That ship takes more damage, whichever slot I put it in, than any other ship I put in that slot. And it was about 15 minutes more damage tonight on slot 4, because I've only got 3 Praetorians and the flag. So it does 15 minutes more damage, which is great for 25 million a pop. So 50 million points, 15 minutes more damage. That's a good ploy. That is.
Yeah, and so you put it through slots 1 through 5, and you still see this.
Well, I put it through 2 through 5 because I've got my
Flag.
the flag.
flag. Yeah, the flag's in slot 1.
The Imperator, yeah, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Did you file a ticket about it, or?
No, what's the point? I've looked done for buying the armor and then adding more repair, wouldn't I?
Oh, my idea as far as filing the ticket is like, because I haven't done, I have 1 with 1 on. As far as like, just let them know this is sort of fucked up. That's sort of my idea as far as letting them know, because personally, I don't feel like a lot of them are that connected to the game to know that. And who knows who's testing this stuff, right? So it might be, I don't know. It could be overly, and I could just hope that maybe if they start realizing things are a problem and they're getting reports from multiple players, that maybe they'll potentially do something about it.
The problem is then you might need armor, and it's a lot easier to build it without, and it repairs quicker.
Yeah, and it shouldn't, because it should have a repair time of 1 second. So that really shouldn't be the issue, should it?
No, it should benefit you. It doesn't appear to benefit you, in my opinion. But there we go. What do I know? I just click the repair button. In fact, can you screen share on here? Is there a screen share button?
Yeah. Well, did you ground?
I've got a share screen button. Hang on, let me go on to me.
Okay, because there's a little app you need to add, but if you.
All right. Let's see if I got it.
Okay, if you have it.
Let's see. So,
I'll let you know when it
bounty.
pops up. Because I don't see that I see Lady Cat's screen, and I don't see yours yet. So.
All right. Okay. Not going to show it, so it's.
Yeah.
I'd have to do my fleet to base to show the damage anyway. I think. But basically, it's hurting on doing the FM.
Did you let Corbin know?
Well, like I say, I really don't want them. I don't want to have to use armor. I'd sooner not use armor. But you know, after 8 years, that's what you do. You put armor on, don't you, to protect yourself? But it doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean,
Free factor.
yeah, it doesn't work, but it sounds like, and I've seen, it's not just you, Snoopy, but it's other people that have also shown that it's like, I'm getting more damage, even though there's, not just with this, but all these things since the PvE refactor, where I'm taking more damage than I was before, even though the armor I'm putting on has 0 repair time. That's worrisome that there is some mechanism in the game that's causing, additional damage for basically no reason that I can determine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't understand it. I know I did the first raid of the last series.
Mm-hmm.
I did a video even, and folks couldn't understand how I was getting the repairs I was getting with no armor.
Okay. Now you're screen sharing.
Oh, I'm on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll pull my fleet back.
Okay.
And open it up. Open the screen up when I get there. It will get there eventually. It's just the old wheel of death, as you like to call it, or whatever.
Yeah, you should probably get rid of all those messages between you and Tom.
Yeah. I'm. He's going on holiday with me next week.
Okay.
Where are you going fishing?
It's only a local thing. Right, so here we've got the ships here. I don't know if you can see them. I've got my flag there, which is my anti thing. Now you can see where that level is. The others I've swapped about.
Okay.
This one.
Do you want to do something real quick that's going to help people? See that thing? Yeah, hide.
Yeah.
Because it's covering up a lot of your stuff. Okay.
Now that one there only has 3 of the anti-missile D7Ms on.
Mm-hmm.
That did take a bit more damage in slot 5 than the ones without. That one is my best ship in slot 5 with 4 D7Ms. Right? Okay. This one has 4 D7Ms and 2 explosives. That gets slaughtered. That's only done. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 positions in slot 5, and it just.
But the specials are the same. You've been going through them pretty quick. The specials are all the same, or no?
Right. Okay. Yes. This one is an anti-ship. So it's got the speed. It's got projectile speed. A lot of projectile speed to get the antis out to shoot down the missiles and anything that's firing at it. The those explosive things, because it's all sprints more or less, other than one weapon. So that's got a lot of anti-speed. The HVRs. I can't remember the name of it now. The one that was submerged, that they brought out with subs to give countermeasure reload and speed boost and everything. I can't. Oh, hang on. I can do it on it. Of course I can. There we go. Explosive system 4. Sync drive, whatever. Here we are for the speed. That's our velocity rounds. Subaquatic propellant. That's what I was trying to think of that I couldn't even say. And then, of course, that old Hyper 30 thing that gives you a bit of extra speed boost. Right. So, all the others are the same, other than armors.
Okay.
And it's basically Gale 4s. 2 Gale 4s. Rest of them. And now we're going for siege targeting for the building thing. Warhead reloader.
Yeah.
Clear again.
They all look like good specials to me.
So, but I am build. Well, I've got a fourth one built. It's somewhere in my dock,
Okay.
but it's not. It's not. There it is. Look. But as you can see, it's only got one weapon. I think it was because I was hoping to get away with three ships plus the flag like I did with the dragons, but I'm taking too much damage, so I think you get less. Actually, not naming names, but the chap I might be on holiday with this week is he does better with 4 ships and the flag.
Okay. Huh.
So that will get rather bit built.
Okay. All right. I'm not. I'm so tempted to make a joke, but yeah, I'm not going to do it. But you probably knew what the joke I was going to make was. But yeah. It's these targets are frustrating, especially the way they were introduced. But yeah, I haven't been hitting them enough to even quite understand what's going on with them. But yeah, I don't know. Anybody else have much more experience with them? Because I've just gotten frustrated with them.
With the FM targets.
Yeah.
I just auto them. I tried driving them. It was like no, I'm not going to do that every week in, week out, hitting so many targets. It's not happening.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can go screen share now, can't I? And
I can remove you from screen share.
Yeah. So I'm just doing the. I'm trying to do this TLC. I'm trying to think what it's called now. The siege spin for the.
Yeah, everybody's been. Yeah,
because I want some of these. I'm hoping they're going to work on the dragons, or dragoons.
They do work on the dragoons.
So I'm hoping,
and the other thing that's even more beneficial, equally beneficial, is the fact there's 120,000 of VXP for tier 8, which should hook up with your
flag,
Iron Claw Dragoon, the flagship.
Yeah.
Which should be coming out soon. So, because I bought the 199 deal as far as 199 gold, and I got 20 of them. So I don't want to spend them all down in order to earn those 6. I'm not happy with that. I don't want to, I don't really have a reason to spend them at this point because I'm sort of, I bought them for the flag. And so now I'm forced to spend all that down before I even have a chance to get the flag. So I'm not happy with that. Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah.
So I guess we can proceed to the after show. I don't know. Is anybody in chat before we do that? Do you want me to start a hangout, or if you're not too interested in joining, we'll just keep it the way it is, and I can shuffle people in and out. And let me take. All right, Lady Cat took herself off, so I will just go to this. Oops.
Yeah,
There we go.
I decided to start autoing my 120s so I can get some of them done.
Okay. Good thing you're in my sector.
Why?
Well, then you're taking
Feeling
120.
just taking 120s away from you.
Yeah, exactly. So, let me see. I'll add. I'll see back in, and all right. Well, I posted a link in the right-hand side in case anybody would like to join, and we'll see you on Friday when. We'll know more about the CM diary. I don't plan to wait her out as far as when this is actually going to get freaking posted. It was supposed to be posted on Monday, but now we're still waiting for it on Wednesday. And wait. It appears that I just got unbanned. Maybe whatever Snoopy did got me unbanned from Discord,
No,
but
it was
it wasn't Snoopy.
no, it was me.
What did you say?
I'll tell you later.
Alrighty. Well, tune into the after show, and we can figure out why I got unbanned for accidentally using the wrong emoji with Templar. So,
Is it Templar?
I'm sorry, Laredo. Whatever, they're all the same to me. All right.
At least they're not specs.
Oh,
Yeah. Alrighty, kids. We will we'll see you on Friday, and hope everything works out. Links on the right hand side in case you'd like to join, and see you then. Good
Night,
night, everybody. Night, people.
good night.
Night.
So Snoopy, when are you and Tom going fishing?
Yeah, you know.